Okay, my name's Brunson Nichols, and I'm going to explain the best I can today what we did in relation to the saddles that fits a different size pipe. What you see in front of me is a 6-inch saddle that's used every day. It's all brass and it's been used for 100 years. Brass, and it's not lead free. But anyway, what we want to do, I want to show you, here is a 6-inch saddle that fits a class pipe, like class 160, 200. Then if you have to go to the C900 or the ductile iron, you got to go back and get another saddle. The same size pipe, but a different saddle because the circumference is different. And then if you go to this saddle is still the same way. It's been used all the time. It's called a double strap saddle, and it's used mainly on ductile iron and C900 pipe. And then the curb stop, the curb stop and corporation stop, you have to have those for the 4 different sizes, 4 different pipe saddles. So what we've done is we have designed and built a 6-inch saddle with the corporation stop built into it. And what I mean by built into it, it comes as one unit. In other words, it would take these 2 saddles and one of these right to start with for a class pipe. And what this amounts to is it's so easy. All you do is just hook it around the pipe, snap it back together, one bolt system, you're ready to make your tap. Okay, but what I wanted to show you is this one saddle and corporation stop, as you see, as it comes in a unit pack per service, the way you order it. This right here takes the place of these four saddles, which you can see the expense that the owner is going through to have all these in his stack, in his storehouse, because he's got a bin for the 6-inch with the 3/4, 6-inch with the 1-inch, 6-inch 3/4, 6-inch 1-inch. All those saddles has to be in his inventory, or he's sitting there waiting each time. So this right here replaces all of those. This does the same thing that either one of these do, or it will do it, as a combination of all of them as you order it. So what we do, we pack ours with the box it comes in is labeled what's in the box when you order it. Like this one right here is a 6-inch saddle, 6-inch, 3/4 inch corporation stop, and 3/4 inch curb stop. Well, that's all that's in that box. And you don't have to go all over the warehouse looking for parts and looking for different saddles and different things, because this takes care of every bit of it. So you've got one saddle replacing 4 saddles. You've got one corporation stop replacing 3 corporation stops. And you'll have one curb stop doing the same thing. So my point being is, it's so much cheaper, so much faster, it's a lot less labor content on our system, simply because you don't have to have all those bins or those compartments to keep each one of these saddles and corporation stops in. The very first ones you order, it's not going to make any difference. But over a period of time, the city or the municipalities or the water authority, whoever the owner might be, is saving a tremendous amount of money. Because if you take 4 of these, there you go. You can then run the numbers yourself. You know what a saddle costs. It's very expensive. So you take 4, but that's just for one service. If you got 20 services, you can do the math. But the way we pack ours, it doesn't matter if it's a 6-inch doing this, or either an 8, 10, or 12. So what I'm going to show you right here, this is our 10-inch, and you see it's a different color code. Anything 1-inch, we make and ship 3/4 and 1-inch service material. What I just showed you had a white sticker on the box, and that's 3/4 inch. This with a red label means 1-inch. So here, what we've got is this is a 10-inch saddle, and it would replace all 4 of the 10-inch saddles in this class. So what it amounts to is, the higher the saddle, the lot more money you're saving. Because a 10 and a 12-inch saddle is a lot of money. In other words, I don't want to put a price on it because everybody knows they can go to the spot house and get the price of it, but it's very high, very expensive. So you have all those in those 4 different bins. If you can imagine, what we've just showed you right here is 4 saddles for one size. If you got 6, 8, 10, and 12, that inventory just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, where in ours it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So this is when you call or email, whatever you want to do to order, we'll ask you what are you size pipe you putting it on. You say 6-inch, we send you the 6-inch. You say the 8-inch, we send you the 8-inch. And the 3/4 or the 1-inch, whichever line you're running. That's your decision. And that's what you're going to receive. You're not going to receive all this extra material to be put in the storage inventory, because it gets so expensive, and you know, half the time you can't find it anyway, or a lot of the time you can't find it, because what you do is you go and you look for, make sure that your 3/4, you got a 3/4 saddle and a 3/4 corporation stock, and not a 3/4 saddle and a 1-inch corporation stock, because you're the same thing. You get to the ditch bank and you can't use it. There you go, labor cost just goes out the top. So my point being is, the more of ours you use, the more you're going to save, and from the owner. And I don't, since you've never seen one of these put in before, stainless steel, the first one that the contractor puts in, if you bid the jobs out, will probably be about the same price, because he doesn't know the difference. But after he installs more and more and more, he's going to see how much time he's saving in his labor, and how much time he's saving, how many more services he can complete in a day's time. So he's going to bid accordingly. So that's just the way it works. So it's labor and material. The labor is going to be cheaper, and the material is way cheaper over a period of a job.